Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. When the word first spread through the Hallmark and Hardee's communities that Ben Rosenbaum was not only starring in a Hallmark Christmas movie, but doing so alongside 5 of his closest co-stars from When Calls the Heart, the ripple of excitement became an unstoppable wave. For years, fans had dreamed of seeing their Hope Valley favorites step outside the boundaries of that familiar frontier town and into a modern holiday setting where snowflakes fall at just the right moment. Christmas lights shine across quaint little towns, and love always finds its way home. Now that dream was being realized, and the anticipation was unlike anything Hallmark had delivered in years. Ben Rosenbaum has always been a steady presence on When Calls the Heart. His portrayal of Mike Hickam started as comedic relief, a man whose awkward charm sometimes got him into humorous situations. But as the seasons unfolded, he evolved into a layered character with depth, responsibility, and leadership as Hope Valley's mayor. Fans saw not just a sidekick, but a man of integrity, humor, and surprising romantic potential. For many, the question had lingered for years. When would Hallmark allow Rosenbaum to step into a leading man role in one of its iconic Christmas romances? The time had finally arrived, and the answer came wrapped in glittering paper, tied with a bow of nostalgia. The surprise, however, was not just Rosenbaum stepping into the spotlight. It was who would be joining him. When the cast list revealed Aaron Krakow, Kevin McGarry, Pascal Hutton, Kevin Smith, and Chris McNally, the reaction was nothing short of explosive. These were not just co-stars. They were the very pillars of When Calls the Heart, the faces that defined Hope Valley. Now stepping into a Christmas world where love stories sparkle as brightly as the holiday lights, Aaron Krakow, the heart and soul of When Calls the Heart, as Elizabeth Thornton, brings her natural grace and commanding presence to the project. She has long been known for the way she blends tenderness with strength. And in a Christmas movie, that quality becomes irresistible. Fans speculated endlessly about her role. Would she be Rosenbaum's love interest, the one who captures his heart in the glow of Christmas Eve? Or would she play a friend, a confidant, a woman whose wisdom helps guide him toward the romance he's destined for? No matter the role, Krakow's presence alone adds emotional weight and elegance. Kevin McGarry, beloved as Nathan Grant, brings with him an aura of quiet strength and undeniable charm. His chemistry with Rosenbaum on WCTH has often been playful, and fans could easily imagine that dynamic continuing in this film. Whether he plays a supportive best friend, a rival love interest, or a community figure helping drive the holiday plot, McGarry's charisma ensures audiences will hang on his every scene. There's a twinkle in his eyes that makes him perfect for a holiday romance, a quality that has made him one of Hallmark's most bankable stars in recent years. Pascal Hutton and Kevin Smith, the duo fans have adored as Rosemary and Lee step into the film as well, bringing their irresistible comedic chemistry and warmth. For years, they've been Hallmark's shining example of partnership, on screen and off. Their banter, timing, and genuine affection have been a highlight of WCTH, and now translated into a modern Christmas tale. Fans can expect laughter, heartwarming scenes, and that sense of cozy familiarity only they can provide. Hutton, with her effervescent charm, and Smith, with his grounded presence, are the perfect pair to infuse levity and love into the film's narrative. And then there's Chris McNally, the dashing actor who plays Lucas Bouchard on WCTH, known for his romantic presence and ability to command the screen with subtle intensity. McNally is the kind of actor who elevates any project he's part of. His inclusion signals that the film won't just be about lighthearted comedy or tender romance. It will also carry a layer of depth and mystery. Fans speculated endlessly. Would he play a rival suitor, adding tension to Rosenbaum's character's romantic journey? Or would he step into a role that embodies wisdom and guidance, perhaps as someone who helps the lead rediscover his path? Whatever the case, McNally's involvement ensures the story has gravitas, The six of them together form a constellation of talent, a reunion that feels like a family Christmas gathering on screen. For Hardys, it is a dream scenario, seeing their favorite actors who have spent over a decade together, reuniting in a film that celebrates love, family, and the season of joy. It is more than just a movie. It is a once-in-a-lifetime event, something that blends nostalgia with new beginnings, tradition with fresh storytelling. The film's plot, though still under wraps, has been whispered about in fan groups and online forums. At its core, it is believed to center on Rosenbaum's character, a man who has left his hometown years earlier chasing big city dreams, only to return during the holiday season when circumstances pull him back. The return is bittersweet. Familiar places stir old memories, and familiar faces ignite feelings he thought he had buried. As snow falls gently over the town square and Christmas festivities bring people together, Rosenbaum's character begins to rediscover the value of community, tradition, and love. It is a story about second chances, about the courage to open one's heart again, and about the way Christmas has a unique magic that heals wounds and brings people closer. The presence of Aaron Krakow hints at a romantic storyline filled with depth and sincerity. The chemistry between Rosenbaum and Krakow on WCTH has always been subtle, yet undeniable, often hidden beneath layers of friendship and respect. Transplanting that chemistry into a Christmas romance could ignite sparks that fans never even realized they were waiting for. Imagine Rosenbaum's character and Krakow's standing beneath a canopy of Christmas lights, snow drifting around them as they finally confess long-held feelings. These are the kinds of moments Hallmark builds its legacy on. And with two actors so attuned to each other's rhythms, it promises unforgettable at the same time. The inclusion of Kevin McGarry and Chris McNally introduces tantalizing possibilities. Could the story lean into a gentle rivalry, with both men representing different paths for Rosenbaum's character to choose from? Could McNally's presence bring a layer of complexity to the romance, with secrets or conflicts that need resolving before love can bloom? Could McGarry's warmth and charm serve as a mirror, reminding Rosenbaum's character of the kind of man he wishes to become? Fans spun countless theories, each one more elaborate than the last, as they tried to piece together the puzzle. Meanwhile, Pascal Hutton and Kevin Smith add the grounding presence of humor, joy, and family. It is easy to imagine them running a bustling bakery in the film, their shop filled with gingerbread cookies, laughter, and advice doled out with the ease of people who know exactly what matters in life. Or perhaps they host the town's annual Christmas pageant, their infectious energy making everyone feel included and cherished. Whatever their roles, their ability to balance humor with heartfelt sincerity ensures that the film will never lack warmth. Behind the camera, the production has already made waves. Filmed in a snow-draped Canadian town that looks plucked straight from a Christmas card, the set has become a character of its own. Cobblestone streets lined with garlands, lampposts wrapped in ribbons, shop windows glowing with light, every corner exudes holiday spirit. Cast and crew alike have shared moments of joy between takes, from caroling in costume to sipping hot cocoa to warm themselves during night shoots. In one delightful behind-the-scenes anecdote, Rosenbaum was seen wrestling with a stubborn string of Christmas lights that refused to stay lit, only for McGarry to step in with a mock-serious lecture about light etiquette, sending the entire cast into laughter. In another, Krakow reportedly surprised the crew with homemade cookies, a tradition she often shares during WCTH filming, proving once again that she embodies the spirit of Christmas on and off the screen. Fans, of course, have been ravenous for details. Online groups dedicated to When Calls the Heart and Hallmark Christmas movies have been ablaze with speculation. Some fans crafted detailed wish lists of the scenes they hope to see: a Christmas Eve kiss under mistletoe, a town-wide tree lighting ceremony where everyone gathers hand in hand, a heartfelt letter discovered just in time to heal an old wound. Others wrote long posts about what this reunion means to them personally, how seeing these actors together again reminds them of the values of love, friendship, and community. For Hallmark, this project is more than just another entry in its Christmas line. It is a crown jewel, The network has always excelled at delivering cozy, heartfelt stories that audiences return to year after year. But with this film, they have tapped into a fandom that is fiercely loyal, deeply connected, and always hungry for more. By uniting Rosenbaum with Aaron Krakow, Kevin McGarry, Pascal Hutton, Kevin Smith, and Chris McNally, they have created not just a movie, but an event. And so, as the world counts down the days until its premiere, one thing is certain: this film will be more than a Christmas story. It will be a celebration of friendship, love, and the kind of holiday magic that only happens when the right people come together at the right time. It is the gift fans never expected but always dreamed of, wrapped in the glow of twinkling L. The excitement surrounding Ben Rosenbaum's holiday movie only grew as filming pressed deeper into the season, with the production creating a little pocket of Christmas joy that felt almost timeless. In this world, the snow never melted too quickly. The holiday lights never dimmed, and the characters at the center of the story glowed with the warmth of love, friendship, and seasonal hope. The set became not just a backdrop, but a living, breathing town designed to evoke both nostalgia and fresh excitement. The streets lined with garlands and wreaths seemed to stretch on forever, and the town square looked like something out of a picture perfect Christmas postcard. Ben Rosenbaum settled into his lead role with the quiet charm fans had come to associate with him from his years on when Calls the Heart. Yet here, he was given a broader palette to work with. His character wasn't just a man wrestling with choices of love or duty, but someone stepping into the heart of the holiday spirit, learning how to reconnect with the joys of Christmas after years of placing career above all else. The film's story positioned him as someone who returned to his hometown reluctantly, only to discover that what he had been missing was waiting right there among the pine trees, the twinkling lights, and the familiar faces that defined his youth. One of those familiar faces belonged to Aaron Krakow, whose presence immediately elevated the story. Fans adored her as Elizabeth in Hope Valley. But here she stepped into a different character, woman running a cozy Christmas cafe that had become the emotional heartbeat of the community. Every scene she shared with Ben sparkled, not only because of their natural chemistry, but because Erin infused her role with warmth and resilience. Her cafe was the setting for some of the movie's most touching moments: strangers bonding over hot cocoa, old friends finding laughter again, and Ben's character slowly realizing that love could be simple if only he let it in. Kevin McGarry brought his signature intensity to the project. Though in a lighter tone than his Hope Valley lawman persona, he played Ben's childhood best friend, now grown into a local craftsman known for carving wooden ornaments that carried the spirit of the town's traditions. Kevin's character was the grounding force, reminding Ben of where he came from, of the values that had shaped him, and of the power of staying true to one's roots. Together, their scenes echoed themes of loyalty and brotherhood, layered with playful banter and moments of deep reflection. Then there was Pascal Hutton, whose flair for comedy and charisma added levity at just the right moments. She embodied a character who organized the town's holiday events, a whirlwind of energy and Christmas spirit, who refused to let anyone, especially Ben, forget the magic of the season. Her character's mission was to ensure that every person in town felt included. From decorating competitions to the grand Christmas Eve festival, Pascal's lively presence meant that even the most serious scenes often had a sparkle of humor, balancing the movie's emotional depth with laughter. Kevin Smith joined her in this journey, and the chemistry the two shared in Hope Valley carried beautifully into this new project. Together, they portrayed a married couple who represented the heart of the community. Kevin's calm and thoughtful energy played against Pascal's exuberance, creating a harmony that not only grounded the story, but also showcased the importance of family and partnership. Their characters offered guidance to Ben's journey, gently nudging him toward embracing both the season and the love standing right in front of him. Chris McNally rounded out the cast of WCTH favorites with his signature charm and easygoing screen presence. His role brought a subtle layer of romance and mystery, playing a newcomer who had settled into the town only recently. He quickly became an ally to Aaron's character, and his quiet friendship with Ben provided an intriguing counterbalance. Chris's character held secrets of his own, which unfolded gradually, reminding audiences that everyone carries stories worth sharing during the holidays together. The six stars created a world that felt both familiar and brand new. Their performances interwove seamlessly, bringing depth and delight to each interaction. The dynamic between them carried echoes of Hope Valley camaraderie while also branching into fresh territory, reminding viewers why these actors had become so beloved in the first place. Behind the scenes, the camaraderie was just as strong. Filming days often stretched long into the evening, but laughter never seemed far away. On more than one occasion, a snowball fight erupted between takes, with Ben usually at the center of the mischief. Aaron was known to retaliate with perfectly aimed throws, while Pascal turned every moment into playful theatrics, often pretending to declare victory before the battle had even begun. Kevin and Chris were the quieter strategists, teaming up to ambush unsuspecting co-stars, while Kevin played the role of peacekeeper, often shaking his head at the chaos while secretly enjoying every second of it. The costumes themselves became a story. Erin's wardrobe, filled with cozy sweaters, scarves, and festive aprons, highlighted her character's role as the heart of the community. Ben's attire gradually shifted throughout the film, symbolizing his journey from outsider to someone rooted once more in the traditions of his hometown. Pascal dazzled in bold holiday colors, every outfit brighter than the last, while Kevin's earthy tones reflected his grounded craftsman persona. Kevin and Chris rounded out the spectrum with elegant, understated choices that lent sophistication and mystery to their respective arcs. The set decorations were another marvel, designed to immerse not only the cast but also the audience into a winter wonderland. Real pine garlands, glittering lights, and handcrafted ornaments adorned every corner. The centerpiece was the towering Christmas tree in the town square, decorated in layers by both cast and crew. Each ornament seemed to tell a story, and many were chosen specifically to reflect elements of the characters themselves. Fans who pay close attention when the movie airs will spot small nods and ornaments shaped like a book for Aaron's character, a carved wooden heart for Kevin, and a delicate snowflake for Ben. As the movie's story deepened, so did the emotions. Ben's character began to confront not only his past but also his future. Realizing that running from the things that once mattered most had left his heart incomplete, Erin's character, though strong and resilient, revealed vulnerabilities of her own. Her cafe was struggling, her belief in miracles wavering, and the arrival of someone from her past tested her ability to trust again. Their scenes together unfolded with a tenderness that spoke volumes, even in silence. A shared glance across a crowded room, a hesitant smile, or the way their hands almost touched before pulling back too quickly. Kevin's character added to this emotional tapestry, reminding both Ben and the audience that friendship endures even across time and distance. His Christmas ornaments carried symbolism that became central to the story, with one in particular, a heart-shaped carving representing the bridge between the past and the present. Pascal's boundless energy gave everyone around her reason to believe in the impossible, while Kevin's grounded wisdom provided the foundation on which the community stood. Chris's character added layers of curiosity, hinting at stories yet untold, and reminding everyone that the holidays are also a time for new beginnings. As word spread about the film's progress, Hardee's everywhere could hardly contain their anticipation. Social media lit up with fans sharing theories, artwork, and even homemade recipes inspired by the cafe scenes Aaron was rumored to be part of. Some speculated that the movie would end with a wedding under the Christmas tree, while others hoped for a quiet but powerful kiss by the firelight. What united them all was the joy of seeing their favorite stars together again, united in a story that celebrated love, friendship, and the enduring magic of Christmas. The movie wasn't just another entry in the Hallmark lineup. It was quickly becoming a phenomenon, drawing attention not only from loyal fans, but also from casual viewers intrigued by the reunion of such beloved faces. Critics who had visited the set described the production as one of the most ambitious and heartfelt holiday films Hallmark had attempted in years. The combination of nostalgia and fresh storytelling was expected to make it a cornerstone of the channel's Christmas season, a film that would be watched, rewatched, and cherished for years to come. And through it all, at the center of the story stood Ben Rosenbaum. This was his moment, his chance to shine not only as part of an ensemble, but as the heart of the film. His journey mirrored that of his character, stepping into a role that demanded both vulnerability and strength, rediscovering the power of connection, and embracing the love and joy that defined the season. The production was only halfway complete, yet already it felt like something magical had been captured. Each day added another layer to the tapestry of the film, weaving together performances, memories, and holiday wonder into a story that would soon light up screens and hearts alike. And as the cast prepared for the second half of filming, anticipation only grew stronger, both among those on set and the countless fans waiting eagerly for the moment the first preview would finally appear. As the filming moved into its later stages, the production carried an even greater sense of intimacy. The earlier weeks had been filled with laughter, excitement, and the fun chaos of creating a winter wonderland. But now the cast and crew leaned into the emotional weight of the story. This was the part of the movie where the characters confronted their deepest fears and opened themselves to love. And the actors poured everything they had into making those unforgettable. Ben Rosenbaum, now entirely immersed in his role, found himself living almost in two worlds at once. He was both the actor on set and the character rediscovering the joy of Christmas. And the line between the two blurred in ways that only heightened his performance. Off camera, he admitted to friends that working on this movie had reminded him of why he fell in love with acting in the first place. The story of a man reconnecting with family, friendship, and love during the holidays resonated with him personally. And that authenticity shone in every frame. The relationship between Ben's character and Aaron Crockle's cafe owner reached its turning point in one of the most anticipated scenes of the film. The set was decorated with soft golden lights, the cafe glowing like a sanctuary against the snowy night. Extras filled the tables, sipping cocoa and sharing laughter. But the cameras focused tightly on Ben and Aaron. Their characters spoke in hushed tones, opening their hearts after years of silence. Erin's voice trembled as she revealed the struggles of keeping her cafe alive, while Ben's eyes softened with regret as he admitted he had lost more than just a town when he left years ago. He had lost her. The silence between them stretched, filled only by the soft notes of a Christmas carol playing in the background. Before they shared a look that conveyed everything words could not. It was a scene destined to stay in the memory of fans long after the credits rolled. Kevin McGarry's character played a crucial role in pulling Ben closer to the community. In one tender sequence, the two friends worked together in a small workshop, shaping a block of wood into an ornament for the town's tree. Kevin's steady hands guided Ben, and the resulting ornament, a heart carved into a circle of pines, symbolized the story's central theme. The idea that love and belonging could always be rediscovered, no matter how far one had strayed. The filming of this scene was quiet and contemplative, the kind that left even the crew watching behind the cameras with misty eyes. Meanwhile, Pascal Hutton delivered some of the most joyful energy of the movie in the lead-up to the grand Christmas Eve festival. Her character orchestrated rehearsals for the carolers, managed the decorating teams, and even coaxed the shyest townsfolk into joining the celebration. Pascal's natural comedic timing shone through when she convinced Ben's character to try his hand at ice skating in front of the entire community. He stumbled, arms flailing, before catching himself with a laugh, and the audience in the scene erupted with cheer. Behind the cameras, even the director had to pause filming because the laughter was so genuine that it carried into the recording. Kevin Smith's presence grounded these lighter moments, his character offering wisdom and a steady voice whenever doubts crept in. In one memorable exchange, He reminded Ben's character that family wasn't just about blood, but about the people who chose to stand by you, even when you made mistakes. His calm reassurance provided one of the movie's emotional anchors, helping the lead character believe that redemption and love were still within reach. Chris McNally's mysterious newcomer revealed more layers during this stretch of filming as well. His character admitted to Aaron that he had once been in Ben's position, torn between ambition and home, and had chosen wrong. His quiet confession became a mirror for the journey Ben's character was undertaking, making the story richer by showing how universal these struggles could be. Chris brought a gentleness to these moments that balanced the film's intensity, reminding audiences that new beginnings often emerge from the most unexpected places. Behind the scenes, the cast leaned heavily into the holiday spirit. In the evenings after filming, they often gathered together for meals, sharing stories from their own holiday traditions. Aaron was known for bringing baked goods to the set, while Pascal loved to lead impromptu sing-alongs of Christmas carols. Ben, always ready with a joke, kept spirits high during the colder late-night shoots. And Kevin often surprised his co-stars by carving little trinkets from wood during downtime, gifting them as keepsakes. Kevin's sense of humor, subtle but sharp, often caught everyone off guard, while Chris had a knack for storytelling that kept the table captivated long after dessert. The snow machines, so central to the atmosphere, became almost characters themselves. Sometimes the flakes fell too heavily, coating the actors in layers of frost that had to be brushed away between takes. Other times the machines sputtered, leading to playful delays that turned into unscripted moments of laughter. One evening, as Ben and Aaron prepared to film a tender scene under falling snow, the machine malfunctioned and dumped a massive clump of ice right onto Ben's shoulder. Aaron burst out laughing so hard she nearly fell over, and the crew had to reset the scene. Moments like this bonded the team, making the atmosphere behind the camera just as magical as what would later appear on screen. As the Christmas Eve festival storyline took shape, anticipation grew for the climactic moments. The town square was transformed into a dazzling wonderland, complete with glowing lanterns, a stage for carolers, food stalls selling cinnamon treats, and the towering Christmas tree decorated with ornaments crafted throughout the film. The cast marveled at the beauty of the set, with many admitting that they felt like they had stepped straight into a real holiday celebration. For the extras who joined the scenes, it was as though they were living inside a Christmas card, and many said afterward that the experience itself felt like a gift. The climax of the story promised to bring all the threads together. Ben's character, torn between returning to his career or staying in his hometown, faced his choice under the glow of twinkling lights. Erin's cafe owner stood nearby, her future uncertain but her heart open. The entire community gathered to light the Christmas tree, a moment that symbolized unity, love, and renewal. Kevin's handcrafted ornament hung proudly near the top, while Pascal and Kevin's characters stood hand in hand, cheering with the crowd. Chris's newcomer looked on with quiet pride, his own journey reflected in the joy around him. The scene built toward the moment fans had been waiting for. Ben and Erin's characters, drawn together by the spirit of the season, finally admitting their love. Under the snow and the glow of the Christmas tree, they leaned closer, their voices barely above whispers, before sealing their confession with a kiss that carried the weight of years of longing. It was the kind of moment Hallmark audiences lived for, made even more powerful by the genuine chemistry between the actors who had shared so many years of storytelling together. By the time the cameras stopped rolling on that pivotal scene, the set erupted in applause. Crew members, extras, and even the director stood clapping, knowing they had captured lightning in a bottle. The kiss wasn't just a scripted moment, it was a culmination of everything the cast had brought to the project. Their passion, their dedication, and their belief in the timeless magic of love at Christmas. Fans would have to wait to see it on screen, but those present on set knew instantly that it was something special. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a memory, a gift that would be shared with millions when the movie finally premiered. And as the cast embraced one another, their laughter and joy echoing through the cold night air, It was clear that they had created not just a film, but a holiday treasure that would live on in the hearts of viewers for years to come.